Hello, my name is Yemi Alade, and you are checking out Malcolm's Music. Mwah.
It's a great pleasure to have you.
My pleasure.
We have a bunch of journalists. It's basically a press conference, so it's not as intimate as it might seem. How are you?
I am fine, thank you.
Everybody knows you for your big smash hit, Johnny. I'm sure you hear about it all the time. You're an international megastar. You are about to embark on your Germany tour. Even did many songs in French, Portuguese. How important is it for you to be a global phenom and not just locally appreciated?
Oh, forgive me. I should say, how are you? Because you're like in my home studio, my little studio where music is made. But wow, how does it feel to, be the journey so far has been amazing, and my Euro tour. This is the second Euro tour I'll be on in 3 years, but this is the first time I'm going to be traveling with my live band, and we get to do over 13 countries, 13 venues, and I cannot wait. So I'm very excited and happy to have you guys here. Right before the tour.
We talked to Clarence Peters, music video director, earlier, and he was very fond of you. He said you work extra hard, you do lots of hard work, but he also said that Yemi Alade is so hardworking, she's basically like she's a guy. She's no longer one of the girls. And you are a feminist. You dissed Buhari at the awards. So, what do you
Me?
what do you make of that sort of somewhat? It's a compliment. It's a little backhanded.
Uh, I really don't want to go behind bars. I did not diss my president, please. But I think it was something to do with the kitchen.
Yes,
something
yes,
about,
yes.
ladies being in the kitchen. And I strongly believe that women have grown far and beyond that point where, the kitchen is like, first calling. I think everybody has the right to the kitchen because everybody wants to eat, So I think a kitchen is for everybody pretty much, but not just for the female. That stereotype is so old. And what was the first
Would you
part?
say it's accurate that you're basically one of the guys now?
Oh, Uncle Clarence Peters. Okay, I like to call Clarence Peters like our musical bank because we go and walk and hustle and we just bring our money and give him, take video, back to back. He's the one taking all our money. But do I think I'm a guy now? Well, obviously I'm not. But I would say that, to be sincere, I am in an industry that's obviously very male dominated. But the truth is, in order to succeed just as the guys and even more, I believe we need to put our beautiful, pretty skirts and tiaras aside and wear our boys' shorts, and that's what I always do. So if you think I'm a guy, I'm the king of queens.
Yeah, your debut album.
Yeah,
The second album was called Mama Africa. Now, it was like one of your international breakthrough moments. Sometimes you could think, well, but we're trying to get there's different countries. It's not just all African. What do you make of the criticism of people like you maybe reducing it to just one because you can't possibly represent Sudanese. You're a Nigerian woman, so what do you say about that?
I think Mama Africa is Africa itself. In any way that one is related to Africa, I think you sort of wear a badge, especially if you're in love with Africa and, its fruits, so to say. As a Nigerian, I pretty much can represent any country in the world. And if need be, I can represent a fraction of some people, even in America. As long as you're referring to music and culture, I think culture is the way of the people. And if your way, culture goes beyond skin color and all that. And if the way of life that you love to live is just as mine, then I might as well be the Mama Africa you're talking about. And you as well. I think everybody has their own story to tell as per Mama Africa. A lot of people have told the story, and I just thought, it was my turn to say something or be something for Africa, because Africa has been there for me. So, it's beyond, can she represent this or represent that? I am music. Africa is me, and Africa is me, and I am Africa, so.
You're a coach on The Voice Nigeria. Congratulations. Whoop whoop with Waje. Also, you were an MTV Award winner with the last one who won was Tiwa.
Yeah.
You did a song, I'm Available, with Waje. How important is it to have these mega collaborations with other females and, just empower each other? And will we see maybe a Tiwa collaboration?
Well, okay. So I was a coach on The Voice Nigeria about last year, late last year, and that went very well. I hope to be, coach again this year. And yes, I collaborated with Waje on I'm Available. That song was actually recorded during the Voice period. Like while we had some free dates, we took our time to record the song. It was an amazing experience because I've always looked up to her. I really love Waje. And the MTV Base Awards was for 2015 and 2016. There was no 2017. So I believe Tiwa won the ones before 2015 and 16. As far as collaborations, what would be. There's no force in it.
Oh, but it must happen. It's like...
Then it will happen. If it must happen, then it will.
Have you talked about it before? Have some emails been sent?
No, not that I know of. No. But most times with me, lines have to connect, especially because of our busy schedules. Things have to happen before collaboration happens for it to be natural, organic, and real. So, like, that has to happen before the music happens so that when you listen to it, you can believe.
We met the legendary Femi, and we talked about the new generation. And Femi Kuti said, this is going to collapse. This music that they are doing, all this computer, it will never last. Oh, they don't know how to play instruments. We even said, well, but they know how to sing, they perform. He said, it's not going to last, it will collapse. Yeah. So what do you respond? Like when people maybe not appreciate the music and the craft that is behind it, when somebody like that who is as respected can't see the craft behind it, how do you respond to that?
Well, that's a dicey one. But I would say that he's actually right to an extent because anyone who really loves music and knows music, they will know that live music is original music. Like, it will never fade. Most of my songs with the live tunes in them, they have a way of just living longer than the period in which they were released. It's a normal fact. Like, he who knows, knows. But that doesn't mean that the songs that do not have the live sounds are any less than, the ones that actually do. Because music actually, takes care of people in different fractions. Like, some people want to listen to trap. That doesn't mean that music is whack. It's just not your reference. And if it's not your reference, not your preference, then I think you should just move on from that, I love Oga Femi's music, and I think that is his opinion, and I'll respect it. And I have mine, I'll respect it. You have yours, I'll respect it. We all love music, and I'm happy that a lot of people are doing different genres to relate to as many people as possible. But I don't think we should look down on any form of genre or any sound at the moment, because if millions of people on the earth think that those sounds are amazing, then they cannot be right. They cannot be wrong, rather, So, like...
But if you somewhat agree that, it's not really real music, do you then see yourself sometimes just as an entrepreneur, as a boss, business person that just says, I have those life moments that will live on, but I will do a catchy tune if it pays my bills?
Well, I wouldn't say that songs that don't have live music are not real music, because music is music. Like, you could sing a song now in German and I would love it without even knowing what it's saying, because music itself is a language, So, like, there's English, there's pidgin English, there's broken English. So there's different kind of music. There's music, there's broken music, there's whatever music, but music is music. I would never say that this is not real music, never. But I would say that, yes, every now and then, if I feel the vibe, if I get the tune, I'm young, I'm getting it. So why not? I'll hop on it anytime, any day. And when I feel like going live, which I always do, I always will.
You have that song Ferrari, and it's a cool video, but one could say, well, why can't the girl buy herself a Ferrari? Why does she need a guy to buy her the Ferrari? Like you said, sometimes we got to put the tiara down, we got to throw all that stuff away. Yeah. So why don't you say, I will buy my man a Ferrari? Like, why does he have to buy you one?
Well, it was just a tease. Who knows? He buys me a Ferrari, I buy him a private jet. How about that? Check that out.
You did a song with Jennifer Hudson.
Did I do one?
With Jennifer Hudson, you did a record.
Oh, yeah. That was...
How did that, like...
That was for the Make the Future campaign. I think I've done 2 songs with her so far. Yeah.
You don't even remember it, so it's such a whirlwind.
Why are you like this now? Why did you like this?
Because you're like, oh, I did like 2 songs.
Why are you like this now?
Oscar winner. We just did it. I don't remember.
Now for you. Sorry.
Okay, are there some... Well, but I'd like to know also, you do, like, Kenya was loving you. You do great shows. You perform, like amazingly. I'm sure you work out, all that jazz, but with the stress that you have, we had a taste of a little bit Lagos life, Nigerian life. We're already exhausted.
Wait, for how long did you have that
Just
taste?
a few days. We can't take it. The traffic, our faces are dead.
No, if I knew
we
I'd
cannot
turned on the AC earlier.
We don't look as fabulous as you. We don't make as much money as you. We are not as famous. So how do you even arrange it, living here, traveling through all these countries, even worse place than Lagos, and still looking so cute?
You are in Nigeria.
I am. My father's Nigerian. You have an eye for it.
You
yes.
see,
Yeah.
I'm feeling you.
How do you cope?
How do I cope? I don't think I'm coping. I think I'm living, because it's like the normal for me. And it's from this struggle and this life that I have made the beautiful things that I enjoy today. And I think that's one of the reasons why I still stay on the mainland, so I can be in touch with, all this organicness that I feel it feeds my soul, But I'm not coping. I'm leaving. Like, it's cool. It will only get better, but it's really cool.
Yeah, but what do you meditate? Do you pray? Do
I
you
work
eat super
out.
clean? Okay.
When I'm mad, I go to the gym. My gym instructor not only, drills me, he also takes me through boxing classes. So he knows when I'm angry. Just go for the punch. But yes, I pray. Definitely, God is like the roots to my everything. And when I'm not feeling it, I reach out, and I'm thankful that God always reaches back to me, so.
Are there some people that you like to watch in concert, work ethic that you admire? Beyoncé just announced her new tour, or maybe some other people where you're like, I'm taking notes. I like what they do.
I always take notes when Beyoncé is doing anything, even just being a human being. Maybe if I've only seen her once, and I was at BT in LA, but like, if I could take notes on how she breathes in and breathes out, I probably will be doing that. But as well as Jennifer Lopez, I think a lot of people don't know, but that woman, she's a strong performer as well. She is. I think she can give Beyonce a run for her money as well. But, well, she was there before Beyonce anyways. But she's a boss at that age, doing what she does. Two of them, I always take notes. What they wear, how they look, how they doing it, how she breathes in, how she manages her breath on stage. I'm always taking notes. Always.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I would open. No, I was looking and trying to collect. So I would open it so everybody can just ask their question.
So Clarence Peters basically talked about artists as brands. Do you agree with that notion?
Artists as brands.
Yeah. Right.
My brand. Well, unfortunately, I can't buy myself. Because I think, yes, artists are brands / products, So just that we're not hanging on some shelf somewhere. We actually have lives. But I think I do appeal to people who aren't afraid to associate themselves with true and organic Africanness. You know what I mean? Sometimes being very African can be looked upon as very, what's the word now? Not very luxury life-ish. Like some people might not be able to handle the rawness that comes with being an authentic African, So my brand definitely appeals to those who are cool with that.
What do you mean with the rawness?
The rawness. Okay, for instance, I have my natural hair on. Most times, the masses rather go with people that have like relaxed hair. The hairs have been texturized and stuff, but mine isn't, so it doesn't have those cute edges that you see on Instagram. That's one. Two, I wear a lot of Ankara. That isn't very, most people wouldn't look at that as very urban, but things are changing now. So that's sort of like shifting. In my music, I do a lot of pidgin, and I use a lot of old like words here and there. Like the song I had, Tumbom. Tumbom is a very old Eastern childhood game, and not a lot of people know that, but I use that as well. And some people are like, oh, what's she saying, but it actually means something. So those are the little things. Yeah.
You're singing in different languages, African and French as well. Why are you doing this? Is this in order to open up your brand to different markets?
Yes, I have my first and only EP, which is called Mama Afrique, has songs in Portuguese, French, and Swahili. I have a thing for languages, and I think I got it from my mom. My mom speaks about 7 languages and counting that I know of, and I think that sort of like rubbed off on me. My French is good enough 50%, like I can speak French 50%, but the Swahili and Portuguese, most definitely still learning that. But I do it for the love, the passion. It takes a lot of time to record these songs and actually get the accents and intonations and all that, but I do it because I think I really love it, and I love the reception that comes with it, because if people had loved you before, they suddenly love you more. So it's always like my give back, my thank you to those that love the music.
We were at the CC Hub today, and you have your own app. Maybe you can tell us a bit about that.
Okay. Mark was in Nigeria, I think last year or so, and I was fortunate to be one of the people that got emailed personally by him to turn up at the little conference he was having in Lagos. We took pictures, it was fun. Gave him some rabbit ears right behind his head, because I thought he was a really cool person. And I have my app. Yes, one of the reasons why my team created that was because I just had the feeling like I wanted to have like direct chats with my fans once in a while, every now and then, like to actually hear from them and know that they could speak to me sometimes. Even though it's difficult because I can't always be on my phone like this. There's so much to be done, but that's why that app was created. To have a closer and better relationship with my fans.
Is it like a way to the future? Make the future. You're the ambassador of this campaign. Also, what is like entrepreneurship and the tech scene mean to you as a Nigerian pop star?
Wow, entrepreneurship is everything. Every artist in Nigeria, as far as I know, is actually an entrepreneur. We use the funds that come to us to actually, promote our music. We invest in ourselves. That makes us entrepreneurs, right? So entrepreneurship is everything, and I think that is one of the major things that has put Nigeria where it is now, because everybody has found a way to try and do it for themselves, by themselves, with what's available to them, no matter how small or big. I think that's the backbone of Nigeria. I think for long we have gotten fed up with waiting for the government or waiting for things to fall in line for us, and we've just taken the bull by the horns, and I think that's really helped us.
How is it like as a Nigerian to work with a company like Shell, which is kind of controversial, discussed in the West, and especially for its role in Nigeria? So how is it like to collaborate with them, or why did you choose? Was it a difficult decision for you?
The truth is, I don't think any great person or brand can be built without some sort of like controversy. I know a lot of things happen around a lot of brands, but the truth is, in a situation where such a brand is able to think, okay, how can we do better things? So for instance, the Make the Future campaign is all about reaching out to entrepreneurs that have brighter ideas. We complain every day about how we use fuel and we still pollute our environment. So why don't we reach out to people who have ideas of how to use things in our environment without emitting, carbon monoxide or polluting the environment? And that's where Make the Future campaign comes up. Now you're still wondering, okay, maybe they are making money from it, but no. What they do is if the idea is valid, they invest, they give money to the entrepreneur to build the idea and actually make products that are probably sellable. So I was one of the few people who took the gravity light to Kenya. Gravity light is just like it comes up when you pull a string of beads, and gravity in turn makes the light, shine. And kids use that in a lot of slums in Kenya. And it's one of those that actually actually launched that idea with the entrepreneur. So why not be part of something that's, makes our lives better?
You said that the industry is male dominated, and that's certainly true for like producers and videographers and whatever. But also certainly in Nigeria or the whole of Western Africa, for the artists. Whereas in the US, for instance, the artists or brands, big ones, are all female. Why do you think it is like that?
I have no idea. If I knew, I'd have cracked that code a long time ago. But, everything always has its roots. And I think it all boils down to, yes, Beyoncé is one of probably, if not the biggest, in the world. And she's female, But over here in Africa, it's hard to win a contest when you say a certain female is bigger than a certain guy. They will never agree, even if the numbers don't lie, But I think the whole thing boils down to how we were brought up, with a lot of double standards and stereotypes have been labeled on the girl child, where the male child always has to come first. So I think that sort of has manipulated people into feeling that way about, females. I think, I do not know, but I think that is what it is.
Talking about stereotypes, if you look at the videos or the songs themselves, there seems to be only one role for every gender. So the guy tries to get the girl, woman, to fall in love with him. Mm-hmm. Once he has her, he cheats on there, and there's a furious woman, all three of them, shouting at him. Don't you find it a very little limiting the way it is? The portrayal of male and female?
Okay, that actually sounds like my video. Sounds like a Johnny video. Yeah, where Johnny cheated on me, and there are so many other females in the picture.
Look at Davido's videos, where he kind of tries to lure
the female.
Yeah. Bad.
When he gets her, then he moves on to other females. So, well, isn't that life? It's life,
You would wish that it wasn't, right?
Well, I don't think it's a stereotype. But I think it's life. And I do know that there are a lot of females out there who are playing their game as well. They're doing what, they're too much. Like the Joannas, they're also doing the same thing.
But I've never seen
in the video. Okay, so I'm going to take that as an idea. I think I should get, I'll put my fingers around that idea. I actually like it. I haven't done that. I should. I'm always reporting people. I'm always telling on people. My turn.
Maybe because it connects, what is important for you when you make a song or a video to portray? Because there's a lot of bling and business in videos, but your videos at least they tell a story, and there also is a lot of humor in it. But I think also a little bit of a ghetto kind of ability.
Yeah.
Asking you about what was he asking you about?
About the vision of.
No.
I'm so sorry.
About the vision. When you do a video, what is behind? What is your what picture do you have in mind? Because I think it's very different, and I feel there's a very few artists actually, especially in Africa, that kind of. I mean, in South Africa, there's maybe it's more diverse, but in Nigeria, I feel wow. I mean, it's not just business and bling. It's something beyond that, and I was wondering how you see yourself in the Nigerian scene.
So, yes, if I remember correctly.
The ghetto flavor also,
the
right?
Ghetto flavor, yes. Why I have a lot of ghetto flavor in my videos. I think living that ghetto life is becoming so old school. A lot of people don't tap into that anymore. And I'm a lover, I am a lover of art. I think there's so much art in all that dirt, in all that mud, and all that, clash of colors and culture. It's so beautiful. Like every country I go to, I try to pick one, tribal piece or something, because especially from the old women that make them, because they are very rich. They carry a scent that I actually like. So I try my best to make my music and my videos art as well, where it represents how I feel, and I'm able to be in the picture and it will be believable, because it's the environment that I know too well. When I travel out of the country, I'm going to enjoy the other side of life, which is equally very beautiful. I have a few videos like the ones I shot in France where I'm not in the ghetto, but anywhere in the world that I find a beautiful ghetto, I would be there shooting my video. That's for sure.
Watch out for your ghetto might be the next area of a music video.
I know, and I might just be the person shooting that video.
You once described your music as Afropolitan. Yes, I did. What does it mean?
Afropolitan is a merge of, it's a mixture of Afro beats, pop, R&B, and high life. So all together, that's Afropolitan music.
Talking about the labeling, we've had a big debate about Afrobeat. Can you call the music contemporary, modern Afrobeat, pop Afrobeat? For me, I think it's actually, there's potential in it, because then you can get your own category. You'll be at the Grammys, maybe the BET Awards. Maybe the genre will become so big that there's internationally radio stations that have a format for Afrobeat. Yeah. Whereas others will say, no, it's just pop, it's just R&B. Mix them with the rest. For you, do you wish that you get, like, there's more Nigerian artists so you can have your own format like reggae, like reggaeton? Or do you feel like, no, we're just Nigerian, but we're just doing pop and R&B, so mix us with the other artists?
I think, first of all, Afrobeat itself has to be recognized for other, genres to be recognized, because Afrobeat is a huge wave that has been on the rise for so long. I think that one itself has to be recognized first before any other one can, be birthed, because I think Afrobeat gave birth to all the genres that are African, Afro pop, Afro R&B, Afro zouk, Afro anything, So, but it's Afro beats. Yeah.
But how are Wizkid and Fela both Afrobeats? Like some people, they just can't make it work,
That's the thing. Afrobeat is like the big it's like the what's the word? The motherboard for everything, And then I guess that's how it's easier to categorize everybody on the Afrobeat. But as far as I know, I think Wizkid is more Afrobeat pop, like Afropop, That's what I think. Because obviously when you play both their music, both Fella's and Wizkid, you can hear an obvious difference. And not everybody can hear that difference. Most people are not trying to distinguish both beats. Most people are trying to distinguish the sounds from what they're singing, their accent. So when they hear the accent, they say it's Afrobeat or it's Jamaican. They're not listening to the beats most times. That's what I find.
Where does the money come from in the Nigerian music industry nowadays?
Well, I can't speak for everybody, but I can speak for myself. Majority, most of my funds come from performances anywhere in the world. That's what my team and I used to fund my career. Pay for recording sessions, pay producers, pay stylists. Fashion and music go hand in hand. Shoot the big videos that Clarence charges us for, and Gambit and every other person. So that's. But I hope soon enough our royalties will be able to take care of that. Because it's a different hustle over here. The system is different for us here. It's still not mature.
And in this respect, how important are gigs that you play overseas, tours like the one coming up in Germany?
Oh, look, most times my team and I, why we actually, embark on this world tours is because for me it's just exciting to, go out and see new people, meet new people that you've never met before that are outside Africa that actually love your vibe. It's a way of just rubbing mind and rubbing hearts and just getting new inspiration, pretty much. It's beyond the figures, it's beyond the money. it's not about the money, certainly, because we actually spend a lot of money to transport ourselves out in the first place. You know, that's a lot of money, transport fare out and in, or I say air tickets, you know. So it's beyond the money. And I've been touring for almost 4 years, back and forth. So
you mentioned Ankara, that you make a point of wearing it, and how the two industries, fashion and music, are intertwined. Do you see being an African or Nigerian pop star also as an opportunity to showcase African fashion, African designers?
100%. Every time, anytime, anywhere. I came back from Kenya not too long ago. I purposely flew with a half empty box, so I come back with a stash of African jewelry. Like, I have the biggest you could ever think, the ones that choke you right here and they still have like curls all the way there. I'm like, what? I'm just having fun. And it turns out that is a way to like showcase my culture, or will I say the African heritage. I have fun, you know, wearing these things. I like to play dress up.
Are you satisfied with the feedback you got from Europe and America about your new album, Black Magic? I think it's a really good album. It's like continuously good pop music. But I was kind of missing like critics. I didn't see any. I was wondering, what effort did you put in this market to promote it?
Well, Black Magic was released in 2017, December 2017. So it was pretty much like a gift to, you know, my fans around the world, and definitely in my hometown. You know, the bigger you get, the louder the critics become, you know, and I would not base the success of my album on, you know, what critics have to say. Some people are just criticizing the things that you do because they never thought that you could get to such heights. And I would rather base my conclusion, or will I say the results or reaction from my album by the people who have listened to it, by actually checking numbers. The numbers are drastically larger and bigger than my past two albums, and that is...
Yeah, I think...
The critics were lacking. There wasn't really no media feedback in Europe. We didn't see any. I didn't like the mainstream media didn't cover the album, which I thought was frustrating. As somebody who kind of likes what you do, you see like, wow, it's actually a really good album, but it was not really received. I don't know. How do you see?
Do you put like effort in like a promotion agency in Europe so that they will send it to all the media outlets, or do you say, oh, I'll wait for my Europe tour and then?
For you, because we're wondering, since it was not really like out there in a way.
We don't like. I don't think I've ever really said to myself that, okay, I'm going to have to hire a certain group of people in Europe to promote my stuff. I've never really had to do that. But I do know that if my album wasn't, you know, like if there wasn't like word on the streets, I don't think I would be embarking on a Euro tour. Like, but I do know that if I wanted to do the extra, I could. But sometimes you don't just get the right people to do it. Not like we haven't tried to do that before, but we haven't always gotten the right people to do it. So we just let it go. We never really tried to, you know, force, or let's say create the hype for my material outside Africa. We just let things happen, you know, generically, like organically.
Mainly Nigerian artists tour when they come to Europe in the Nigerian diaspora or West African diaspora. Yeah. So that's why I was wondering, like, if this is like when you're on tour, like, if how's the feedback? I mean, like, do you see a lot of like, I mean, like French, German people coming, or is it like is it still like that Nigerian artists mainly address the diaspora over there?
I think I'm one of the very blessed artists from Africa who, when they tour, their audience are very mixed. Like, I have people who speak Mandarin and German and French and Portuguese. Both, you know, everybody is right there. And what has brought everybody there is a love for music. I'm super blessed. And you can always check online. It's all over. It's all over.
The receipts are
Yeah.
there. Yemi, I'd like to know a little bit more about, yes, we'll wrap it up, but your trajectory is amazing, but we don't really know too much maybe about, like, how did you grow up? What kind of girl were you? Were you cheeky in school? Were you the prankster? And how did you get to where you are now? Because a lot of people will take notes, like you took notes from Beyonce, so give us some, like, just talk a little bit about your life growing up, what kind of circumstances you had, and, you know, give us a little bit of full disclosure.
Well, the girl you see seated right here, excuse me, I'm pretty much a girl next door. I like the little things in life. Doesn't mean that I don't like the shiny bling bling life as well, but I do enjoy the little things in life. And growing up, I was born to a Yoruba father and an Igbo mother. My dad was a retired commissioner of police before he passed away. My mom is a businesswoman. She likes to hustle too much. OMG. Whew. And I think that all of that has sort of like rubbed off on me. One of the things I enjoyed growing up in a mixed tribal, multi-ethnic family was the food. The food and just life itself. I used to be like the only teenage chorister in the adult choir in church. I was everywhere in school because my parents never allowed me to attend any birthday parties or any parties whatsoever. They were so strict. So I used all the time I could to engage myself in all the extra social activities I could in primary and secondary school. So I was in karate, I was a gymnast, I was a ballerina, I was in drama club, I was in music class, in music club, I was in the maths club, I was everywhere. Yeah, so that was it for me growing up. I was pretty much everywhere and I had fun. I think that all of that has summed up to who I am now.
You participated in the competition. What kind of made you a musician more or less? And I heard that you didn't tell it to your parents till the last round, which is like kind of incredible. Yeah. Especially like I was wondering about the change in society. Like how is it now for young kids when they have local stars that are kind of touring the world, having 25,000 people coming in Tanzania, you know, and this kind of numbers? How like your kids or your future kids would see like becoming a musician? Is it taken more serious as a career?
Wow. Yes. To be sincere, I never really 100% wanted to be an artist, even up until I was in university. But then I won that talent show in 2010 and it became more serious for me. I took my career more seriously and, you know, here I am. Definitely growing up in an African society, we all know that most times the most important jobs are either being a doctor or, you know, something that isn't music, you know. But now I would say definitely that my children, yet, you know, when they're finally here, they definitely, in their time and in this time that we are in, we definitely know that music is now a serious business. You know, DJs are taking more seriously now. Musicians are taking more seriously. Fashion influencers are taking more seriously. Even socialites are taking more seriously. They're getting and bagging endorsements, you know. So, yeah, it's a different era now. Things are really changing.
And the very last question from my side. Where do you see the future of music from Africa? Are we in Africa? Are we in the middle of a tectonic shift, maybe? Where's this going on the worldwide scale?
Wow, if only I knew where our future were going, I would just get there before everybody. But I think the future of Africa is bright. Of African music is very bright. We're in a generation and time where artists are actually featuring and collaborating with people from America and from all around the world, and they're actually big songs that actually received, you know, they're not just recorded and swept under the mat. So I think the evolution is coming and it will be televised. I did not say revolution, but the evolution of African music is coming and it will be televised.
Yemi, thank you so very much. Now the camera is your stage. If there's any exclusive video information, we don't know what is the next single, your next album, your next project, let the people know because this is going worldwide. So this is your final moment. Anything But I'd really appreciate like a single announcement that we haven't heard of before. Anything, just let the people know.
Okay, I decided to grab the mic. Wow. So okay, so I just released a new video for one of the songs off the Black Magic album, and it's called Bum Bum. Bum Bum is a sound you make with your lips. Bum Bum. Read my lips. It's an exciting video, and it was shot in the slums of Soweto. It was fun, somewhere in South Africa. And what's next to come? So I might be dropping another EP. Yes, I know. She know the tire. She too they drop music. Yes, I know. But it's what I do, music's what I do. If I'm not dropping music, then what am I doing, And I definitely will be involving myself with a lot more activations that have to do with giving back to the society. It's not a way to show off or to just make noise, but it's a way to inspire a lot of people, because a lot of people are watching, and it would be good to be to partake in one of the few things that we can say are good. So let's inspire each other to do good stuff. Other than that, please follow me on Instagram, on Twitter, on Snapchat. My name is Yemi Alade. It's one word and there's no space in between. Till I see you next time, thank you so much. Adios, au revoir. I love you too much. Je t'aime.